On July 11th, the Russian newspaper Izvestia reported that the Ministry of Defense may scrap plans to refurbish the Admiral Kuznetsov aircraft carrier. Citing unnamed sources familiar with the matter, the article stated that the vessel's overhaul and modernization have been effectively put on hold. A final decision on the future of the carrier, often described as cursed due to its long history of accidents and delays, is expected soon, with input from the Commander-in-Chief of the Russian Navy and the United Shipbuilding Corporation. According to the report, several high-ranking Russian naval officials now favor decommissioning the country's only aircraft carrier altogether. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why the Russian Admiral Kuznetsov is likely to be scrapped. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted and fastest VPN brand that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte. NordVPN provides a 256-bit encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy and also enables you to access contents that are blocked based on geolocation. Its threat protection system helps you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. NordVPN application is available for all the major platforms as well as browsers. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive saving by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The Admiral Kuznetsov aircraft carrier has served as the flagship of the Russian Navy. The ship was named after Admiral of the Fleet of the Soviet Union, Nikolai Gerasimovich Kuznetsov, who served in the Soviet Navy during the Second World War. She was built by the Black Sea Shipyard and displaces around 55,000 tons. Admiral Kuznetsov was launched in 1985 and commissioned on 25 December 1990. The ship has been deployed in many operations and was most recently involved in the Syrian campaign. Admiral Kuznetsov has an air wing of 30 fighters and carries MiG-29K and Su-33 fighter planes. It can also accommodate several helicopters like Ka-31. It is equipped with a 3D air-surface search radar over the main mast and 4 multifunctional APAR active phased array radar panels. The warship is armed with multiple weapon systems that include 6 AK-630 AA guns, 8 Cash-10 CIWS, 12 P-700 Granite anti-ship missile, 24 8-cell vertical launch system for 3 K-95 SAM, UDAV-1 ASW system, and RBU 12,000 rocket launchers. The former Russian Pacific Fleet commander, Admiral Sergei Avakiants, who was cited by the report, stated that the Russian Navy does not require aircraft carriers in a classic form. Making a case against their utility in modern combat scenarios, he said aircraft carriers are just heavy platforms that can be destroyed in a few minutes with modern weapons, making them an expensive and inefficient naval weapon. Admiral Avakiants noted that robotic systems and unmanned aircraft carriers, not classic aircraft carriers, are the future. He stated, "The future belongs to carriers of robotic systems and unmanned aircraft. And if a decision is made not to continue the repairs, the only thing left to do is to take the Admiral Kuznetsov, cut it up for scrap metal, and dispose of it." Although Avakian's claim is bold, he is not alone in questioning the relevance of traditional aircraft carriers. A number of analysts have raised concerns about the redundancy of aircraft carriers on today's battlefield, where precision-guided ballistic and hypersonic missiles, along with swarms of low-cost drones, pose significant threats to these massive warships. Still, a prominent segment of military experts maintains that aircraft carriers remain vital and far from obsolete. One of the most vocal advocates is former Russian Navy Vice Admiral Vladimir Pepelyayev. In his book Aircraft Carrier, he emphasized the enduring strategic value of these ships. Drawing on historical examples and present-day security considerations, Pepelyayev argued that for a nation like Russia, aspiring to maintain a great power maritime status, a fully capable aircraft carrier fleet is not just relevant, but essential. While aircraft carriers may be vulnerable in certain high-intensity combat scenarios, they remain highly valuable for a wide range of military missions. Their ability to operate in international waters enables rapid deployment to emerging hotspots without the need for host nation support. This strategic mobility allows them to respond flexibly to diverse operational demands. Even in recent conflicts like those against Iran, U.S. supercarriers played key defensive and offensive roles. While the Russian position regarding the tactical utility can be debated, there is more to it. Admiral Kuznetsov has been facing a major issue since 2016, when black smoke was seen coming out of it during its engagement in the Syrian conflict. It was suffering from propulsion problems and was always accompanied by tugboats. To mitigate these and upgrade the warship, an overhaul was planned at Izvestia ship repair yard in Murmansk and was initially slated to finish in 2020. The planned deep refit of Kuznetsov was expected to include an upgrade to most major components like turbines and boiler systems, electronics and communication systems, as well as weapon suites. So basically, almost everything except the hull was supposed to be changed. It was believed that the carrier would also be outfitted with Caliber NK-class cruise missiles, Onyx supersonic anti-ship cruise missiles, and the Zircon advanced hypersonic missiles. But things have gone from bad to worse since then. On 30 October 2018, floating dock PD-50 sank due to power loss, dropping a 70-ton crane onto the Kuznetsov's flight deck, which was stationed inside it, creating an approximately 5-meter gash. One worker was killed and 4 others were injured. On December 12, 2019, a welding-related fire in the engine room killed 2 workers and injured over a dozen others. Damage was estimated at around $8 million. On 22 December 2022, a small fire broke out while docked in Murmansk. It was quickly extinguished and reportedly caused no injuries. The refit and repair costs have escalated over time. Russia continues to rely on numerous Soviet-era military platforms and support systems that are 30 to 40 years old, many of which are outdated by modern standards. Persistent issues plague several of these aging assets, with the Admiral Kuznetsov aircraft carrier standing out as a prime example. The war in Ukraine has further exposed the vulnerabilities of such legacy equipment. While they may not admit it, the Russian military would want a working aircraft carrier. It's not only about the tactical need, but also about national pride. This can be further established by the comment of Rear Admiral of Reserve Mikhail Chekmasov, who told Izvestia that strategic planning documents, especially the fundamentals of state policy in the field of naval activities until 2030, specify that both the Northern and Pacific fleets are required to operate aircraft carriers. The problem is finance, which is aggravated by the war in Ukraine. The full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022 triggered sweeping economic repercussions for Russia, unprecedented sanctions, technology blockades, capital flight, and rising war expenditures. Russia currently has too much on its plates, and things will not ease out anytime soon. Many other weapons programs are also struck, such as the Sukhoi Su-57. There were indications that Kuznetsov may never come online, given the high cost of getting it fixed, and it seems that the narrative regarding the limited utility of carriers is just a face-saving measure.